Hey guys, this is Dusty at German Auto Center. I told you I was going to make another video to explain the second procedure that you're going to want to do before you completely assemble the valve covers and tighten down the tone ring for the cam sensor. This will make it easy on you. It's kind of hard to set that jig up to make sure it's perfectly accurate, but this is what you want to do is after you got the cams locked down and those things are timed where they need to be, like I showed you with the ohm meter, that you go counterclockwise to the end stop, and then you'll know because it'll make continuity when you check the resistance on the ohm meter. So that will beep. That's where you know your end stop is, and you're going to want to make sure that's tight in there. Once that is all done and you have the tensioners, everything back in it, the front covers are on, and you have the valve covers still exposed, leave the oiling rail on the intake cam off. Because when you pull that TDC pin out, you're going to want to rotate the motor around, make sure everything's good. Rotate it back until you're back on TDC, put the pin back in the motor. Make sure you don't rotate backwards on this thing. They have the 45-degree mark to make sure that you can only go forward from that point, and so you basically want to turn the motor and let that pin slide right in where it needs to go. Once that pin is in and you have the oiling rails off the intake camshafts, you're going to want to take your wrench, I think it's a 27 millimeter, rotate the cam back to the end stop, which is counterclockwise. And I noticed this after the fact, but you see these little plugs? So this one's a Torx bit that takes that. You're going to want to take that plug out. It's actually an alignment tool to make sure you're good. So when you have everything cranked back to the end stop, you should be able to take a long 5 millimeter Allen, stick it through that hole, and it'll actually index through the hole in the camshaft tone ring. If that lines up perfectly on the end stop, then you're good. It'll prevent the check engine light coming on. It'll make sure the cam timing, according to the sensor, is correct. As long as everything else is done right, then you should be okay. But yeah, just make sure that, take this plug out, 5 millimeter long Allen, you should be able to see it go in through the hole and index the camshaft tone ring. So once you know that that is correct, then you should be good to go and everything's tight. If it is not correct, you're going to have to loosen that front nut and adjust that ring just so where it needs to be. Just make sure the torque is correct when you put it back together. That's about it. If there's any more questions, leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks guys. Bye.